Hey everybody, it's Golmadex and welcome back to some more Magic Arena. Today we're going to be playing another Premier Draft. Of course, set 2019, very old flashback draft set is up for the week. So some more bread and butter magic here. Going to take some removal spells, some bombs and stuff, try to find the most open color pair, and see if we can't win another draft here. Without further ado, let's start with our pack 1, pick 1. Spit Flame seems great. 2 in a red for an instant to deal 4 to a creature is already quite good. And if we can draft any dragons to go with this, we get to pick it up and cast another removal spell later in the game. So this could go from already pretty good to becoming an excellent, excellent card in the right deck. So I'm happy to start with the Spit Flame here. Pick number 2, there's a dragon for us. A little hard to cast, red, green, and white all in the same deck. So we'd want to pick 2 of these colors and just splash in the third, but 6/6 flying, vigilance, trample. Pretty dang strong by this set standards. Very, very funny. We look at Tarkir Dragonstorm, and they have basically the exact same card, except it's at uncommon instead of mythic rare. It just goes to show you how power levels have changed on creatures lately. This pack is incredible, so I don't think it would be crazy to not take Palladium Ores here. First off, we have another dragon to go with our Spit Flame. With Volcanic Dragon, that's pretty reasonable. We also have really efficient removal with Shock, 1 mana, 2 damage to any target, and a great card draw spell out of blue, Sift. 4 mana, draw 3, discard 1, really good at digging. These are all excellent looking options here. Kind of want to just get Spit Flame going here. My issue with taking Palladium is that I'm passing a bunch of red, but it's only going to matter in pack 2. Hopefully we get a bunch of red pack 1 and 3 here if it stays open. I'm going to take Palladium. It's the funnest card for sure, and it works well with our Spit Flame. Pick number 3, now I think I have to take a Shock over Spark Tongue Dragon, even though that does work well with Spit Flame. I don't know if I can take 2 big dragons over just the really efficient removal. What's nice about the Spark Tongue Dragon is if you get to high mana values, it also turns into a removal spell on a stick. 8 mana total is quite a lot, but then you get a Flying Dragon and 3 damage to any target. So I do think the card's good, but I should probably take Shock over it here. Yeah. Pick number 4, Boggart Brute is a solid card, just sticking to red. 3 mana, 3/2 menace, kind of hard to block. We could also take Druid of the Cowl to ramp up into Palladium Ores, going green and red at the core, splash in the white, if we want to lock that in, but as long as I can stick to just one color for now and delay the decision of which color we want to be our secondary, I will. So let's delay that decision here with Boggart Brute. Another Boggart Brute looks great. The Star Crown Stag was also pretty good in this set. 3/3 for 4 is not very good, but taps a creature every time it attacks to help the rest of your creatures get through, and most creatures in this set are a little bit mediocre for their mana value by modern standards, like a 3 mana, 3/2 menace, a 4 mana, 3/3 with an okay ability. Best card in this pack is probably Aviation Pioneer in blue, but I think we're pretty far from going for that. Pick 6, Dragon Egg is one of the cheapest dragons you can play with Spit Flame. Just play a chump block with it, and once you do, you get a 2/2 flying token as well. That triggers Spit Flame twice. So we play the Dragon Egg, pick up the Spit Flame, then when we chump block with the egg and spit out that dragon token, we can pick up the Spit Flame again. That is very fun. This card obviously mainly designed for the red-black archetype, the Rakdos archetype. It's a sacrifice deck, so you can easily make sure that the egg dies and you get the flying dragon. But I think it is going to be decent in anything that has a little bit of dragon synergy as well, which we currently do. This is a very fun start so far. Pick 7. Chaos Wand is really slow, but it does win most long games. You get to keep spamming your opponent's removal spells against them until they're out of them in their deck. I think I would rather take like a Rabid Bite or Declare Dominance here. Alternatively, double Boggart Brute are really good in aggressive decks. So going Boros lets us go for a more aggressive color pair, just splashing in the green if that. And I have started with 2 great red removal spells, so don't know about taking Rabid Bite specifically. You know what? I'll take I'll take the Drill Master here. We'll see if we can't be Boros aggro. Pick 8. These are all bad cards. I mean, Crucible's a great card, but not in draft. Do I have a playset? I only have one Crucible. So I don't get to take any gems by rare drafting. I don't like Active Treason or Lava Axe. They're purely for damage and not the greatest at that. I'll speculate on a Highland Lake here. Pick 9. Blue does look pretty open. All of the cards that wield here in blue, Surge Mare, Dwindle, and Scholar are all reasonable. Scholar's not going to be good in blue-red. We have no artifacts yet, so Dwindle would be the choice here. Surge Mare a little hard to cast at double blue. Pick 10. Nothing will really play here. Bunch of filler mostly. Salvager of Secrets. Pick 11. So blue-red spells is looking actually very open. Seeing a Salvager pick 11. This card's really good with cheap instants and sorceries, or just powerful instants and sorceries in general. Like 6 mana, we can play this and a Shock on the same turn. This is a super good blue-red card, so I'm going to leave that archetype open. Pick 12, I'll just rare draft the Phylactery Lich. Pick 13, black-red duel just in case. Random Waltz. And we'll see what we open up in pack 2. Alright, another elf card. Not really going to happen. We have another Boggart Brute, sticking heavy to red, or Sky Scanner that can fit into anything, or Essence Scatter for blue-red spells. These are all pretty reasonable. Only 2 cards deep on a blue. I am probably blue-red spells. Essence Scatter's probably the pick. Lock it in. Because while I am only 2 cards deep into blue, I got these blue cards pretty late, and we saw a lot of okay blue spells wheeling. So blue feels like a reasonably open color to pair with our red here. Yeah, and I don't think blue-red is the kind of deck that really is going to want more than like 2 Boggart Brutes. Enigma Drake gets opened up here for us. That's beautiful. Pretty perfect. The only thing that would make it better if it was a dragon instead of a drake, so we could use it with Spit Flame. That would be legitimately perfect, but still very good here. I don't think we'll wheel it. Somebody will probably just rare draft it by then, because there are so many bad cards in this core set that by the time it comes back, people would have to be taking something like Smelt or Marauder's Axe or Infectious Horror over it. So it's so unlikely to wheel. If I think we have a chance of wheeling it, we should take Dark Dweller Oracle to go with our Dragon Egg, or Salvager or Essence Scatter for the blue-red spells here. I just don't think it's going to wheel, and with how open blue's been, we'll probably wheel one of the blue cards anyway. Still get 2 good cards out of that pack. Pack 2, pick 3. Oh yeah, blue's open. Mystic Archaeologist now. 2 mana, 2/1 on curve, and if it sticks around, you get to start just drawing 2 cards for 5 mana at instant speed. This is a card they have to deal with, or it'll win the long game for you. If we wheel the Psychic Corrosions, we'll try to play the mill deck. My issue with trying to go for the mill deck, though, is I feel like, at least in our last draft pod, with our blue-black deck, we saw like almost none of these cards. Obviously now we saw 2 Psychic Corrosion in a row, but I think people just kind of like playing mill in general. So there's also a chance that somebody just hops onto it and we don't wheel them anyway. If we wheel both of them, sure, we can try it out here, but I think that's probably unlikely. Pick 4, Spark Tongue Dragon. Go with the Spit Flame. Also give us a good finisher for blue-red. Looks best to me. That or Sky Scanner here. Pick number 5. Do not have enough goblins for Volley Veteran. I guess 2 Boggart Brute in the Veteran. By itself, it's 1 damage to any target. You only really need it to be 2 damage to usually kill something. But it is competing with a very good instant and or sorcery here for the blue-red spells deck, which is Sift. Huge card draw, digging 3 cards deep. Yeah, I'm going to have to take Sift over the Volley Veteran. in blue-red. Here's a disperse. Reasonable tempo play. Essence Scatter's great. Sky Scanner's also solid, but I've got a lot of 3s. And Essence Scatter's kind of perfect instant sorcery. Cancel's decent, especially with some bounces like Disperse. We wheel the Boggart Brute anyway. Or we wheel a Boggart Brute anyway. I don't remember which pack I took something over Boggart Brute. We did wheel Psychic Corrosion, if we want to go for that. So we can probably get 2 copies of that. They are a win condition with Sift. Archaeologist, adding to the mill. I feel like they're probably just not that good, though. Scatter's just great. It works with Drakes and Dragons as win cons. I'm just going to stick to killing our opponent with Dragons here. It's going to be 2 pretty controlling decks in a row. I guess blue has just been pretty open in these drafts for us. We had blue-black on our first draft, and now blue-red here. Interesting, we didn't wheel the other Psychic Corrosion. We only wheeled one of them. That makes me very happy with my choice, because one Psychic Corrosion does not a mill deck make. You need 2 of them or more to do the thing consistently. Alright, pack 3, and we basically already got a whole deck here. So this whole pack just gets to improve it. Sai is really fun in the blue-white decks, where you draft a lot of artifacts. It's too late for us now to get any triggers off of them, really. We can splash in Strangling Spores, or just take a cancel here. Can just take a cancel. Exclusion Mage is quite solid. Very good against the little 1/1 flying Thopter tokens that show up. Yep, solid card. 3, another Spark Tongue Dragon for the very top of the curve. Or we have Divination. So draw 2 is very reasonable in this blue-red spells kind of deck. Don't mind that. Encyclopedia is okay as a mana sink over a long game. But I want to put Instants and Sorceries in my grave for Salvagers and Drakes instead. I think I can use another flying finisher here. Alright, now we'll take one of the Thopter producers. Aviation Pioneer, come on in. All 3 mana plays in this deck. 5, Anticipate is very good with a bunch of Essence Scatters, giving us another way to use our mana at instant speed when we don't counter something. Just every Boggart Brute in the draft pod. I'm already considering cutting some of these if I find more playables. So I'd rather just rare draft. Some nonsense. I will not be playing a 4th copy. Crash Through's fine with Enigma Drake stuff. Sad we only got the 1 Enigma Drake. Never saw another one. Do you get a second chance to play Chaos Wand nonsense? Play all of our opponent's removal against them. It's good when you control the board to the point where you're in a stable position. You can just spam that from there to get way ahead. It's pretty fun. I'm not going to play any of this, so let's rare draft. Highest rarity card for Vault Progress. And I guess that's going to be the deck here at this point. It's like no more playables in the end. So our win conditions are some random flyers and Chaos Wand. And then it's just a bunch of interaction. Quite a few counter spells, couple burn spells. It's like a reasonable deck here. A little sad we didn't get a little bit more red burn. Didn't get a second blue-red signpost uncommon. But this deck is still going to be perfectly playable for us. Probably a much more average deck than we had our first time around, though. But I guess we'll find things out soon enough. Basically got the deck fully built here. I am fine with a 16 lander with some cheap card draw in here. So we will go 16 lands, call it a deck, hop into the gameplay, and see how it does. Alright, this will be a fun game. We are just going to stop our opponent's early plays with Shock and a bunch of scatters, and then just Chaos Wand everything else they do with their own removal spells. Could be awkward against green. One of the worst colors for Chaos Wand, because that's one of the most non-removal playing colors in terms of their instants and sorceries. If your opponent's on red, almost all their instants and sorceries are going to be burn spells for removal. If they're on black, they're definitely all removal. If they're on white, there's also a lot of removal spells there too. I think I just need to hit the land here. But blue, sometimes you're going to hit counter spells with Chaos Wand, which is rough. And green, you could hit combat tricks or ramp spells. Hungering Hydra's the play. Alright, I don't think I can just activate the Chaos Wand here, because a lot of green's removal requires me to have a creature on board for it to even do anything. So let's just shock the Hydra while they're tapped out. It dies before that ability resolves. And then hold up a scatter. This can cast sorceries at instant speed, because it just gives you a separate, you may cast that card. Period. So you can cast it right when the card says so. So whenever they cast a spell, I'll activate the wand. So if I hit their counter spell, I get to play it, and if I hit anything else, I still get to play it. Oracle might be worth just guaranteeing a scatter on, though. It probably is, because it's got a good enter effect. I think any other creature I can let it resolve and dwindle. Anything without an enter effect, I should say. Now I have the mana to scatter and Chaos Wand. Okay. What do we got? Wand? Scatter? Brutal. Thank you, Chaos Wand. There's the concession from our opponent. They are so fed up with it already. Alright. Yeah, that was pretty lucky. But little did they know I had another scatter in my hand anyway. So if it hit anything else, like a card draw spell, that'd be great. If it hit a removal spell, it'd be a little awkward, but worked out pretty great for us. That is 1-0 heading into game 2. Alright, here we are on the play for game 2. Need a red source real desperately. I just counter one thing and sit here. I do only need a single red source for a long time, but I think I have to mulligan. Okay, this is a lot better. Get rid of Disperse and just use Mage as that, basically. 2 for 1E Disperse. We flood out the Sift, ditches another land for other spells. Bunch of 3-drops, but that's the biggest issue with our deck. We have a whole stack of 3-mana plays, so we expect to see that often. Dryad Greenseeker is an exceptional magic card. I'm going to just slow that down here with Exclusion Mage, because it could essentially draw them a card literally every turn, but on average it draws them a card like almost every other turn, which is very, very good. Okay, let's try to sift into our deal 4, because again, this Greenseeker is just a nightmare. Nothing to deal with it. Play a Snapping Drake, work towards double spelling 2 creatures out the turn after that if we can. Golgari feels like a matchup where flyers are really good, so I'm going to keep all the flyers here. Graveyard Marshal. Okay, exiles creatures from their graveyard to get 2/2s, and we find the shock for it anyway. So I can shock it and Snapping Drake this turn. Little sad I'm going to have to shock that instead of the Dryad. Because I'd be happy to shock the Dryad too. Dryad immediately finds a land. So already a 2-for-1. Vampire Sovereign. Well, so much for flyers being good. They have the beefiest non-rare flyer in black. There's the Dwindle for it at least. But we did miss the land drop, so I can't cast another spell alongside this. Which is tragic. Two for 2 for Dryad Greenseeker. There's the Spit Flame, but the Dryad has already drawn them so many cards here, and it would be my only spell for the turn. I still have to kill it. Because it just digs them so far. Don't you dare 3-for-3 me here. They didn't. Oh, did I? I needed to put a stop there to have priority after that resolves? That's embarrassing. Also frustrating because I'm pretty sure by the rules I can let that resolve and then I have priority. After it resolves, but before the turn passes. Alright, well, I guess now they get one last chance to have a land on top again. Not punished. Thank goodness. Okay. This block worm is going to be insanely hard for us to beat. These draws have been so bad. I just need the 6th land. I mean, the Spit Flame was good, but the last couple draws other than that. Crash Through is a really, really mediocre draw here. It's 3-4 right now. Yeah, Palaka Worm is super, super strong. Our deck's pretty good against it. We're a triple Essence Scatter deck. The problem is our draw this game was not good against it. We're a triple Scatter double cancel deck, which completely nullifies the Palaka Worm, but if we don't draw those, then we do die to it, and we didn't draw those. Now they're drawing another card every single turn. Off of Colossal Majesty. Yeah, we're just dead. I do also have one out to like a resolved Palaka Worm. We have one bounce spell in this deck. Okay, I forgot that was a dragon. Missed some Spit Flame value there. Go to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 toughness. I'm not going to have the mana to pick up Spit Flame next turn anyway, though. So I'll just get my dragon right now. So I guess I should have played either of these instead of the Dragon Egg this turn, so that I might be able to pick up Spit Flame later. But I only had one red up last turn once I drew the Dragon Egg, I believe, because I think I drew it off Crash Through. So I don't think I could just play it and pick up Spit Flame there. These are not the cards I'm looking for. If I play Aviation Pioneer and Boggart Brute, I'm dead to a combat trick or double removal. If I attack all here, I have to put the pressure on to maybe have any kind of race here. Because if I try to like triple or quadruple block Palaka Worm, then even if they don't have like a combat trick, I have no plan. They'll have drawn so many cards by then, plus draw a card off Palaka Worm. And then obviously if they do have a combat trick or removal spell, I still just die. Because they just wipe my whole board and keep the worm out. Hired Blade plus removal would do it too. And they've drawn a million extra cards. Alright. Bummer. That was rough. I think our matchup's actually pretty good, but we drew 0 of our 5 counterspells all game. All we needed was to hit a single one and this worm never would have resolved. The Majesty wouldn't have drawn them a single card. That would have been a really, really bad game for them if we just drew 1 counterspell. Disappointing stuff to start us off. 0-1 heading into game 2. Oh, actually 1-1. I forgot the first game. We won our first game too fast. Here we are on the draw for game number 3. We are 1-1 right now. There's our Disperse. Would have been helpful last game. We didn't have a counterspell to go with it anyway, though, so they could still replay the worm and gain another 7. So, really just needed the counter last game. But it would have bought us a turn at least. Elvish Rejuvenator. Alright, they get to ramp here. Let's pick up a land. Get a blue source. Not gonna dwindle anything, and I don't have a counterspell to hold up right now. Not gonna Exclusion Mage anything. I think we just slam down the Drake. Well, I got the mana for it. Should be kind of hard for a blue-green deck to kill right now. They'd have to have their own dwindle. Resolve to 3-3. I only have a cancel to hold up. I don't have anything to cast if I don't cancel, and I'm not that worried about the current board. I can Exclusion Mage if they resolve something big and scary, or dwindle. I think I can Sift here and just fill the grave for this Drake. Vigilant Baloth, welcome. Can dwindle that, but I can also just Exclusion Mage holding up Essence, Scatter. Not really a Mystic Archaeologist game. I think we're trying to win off of just Enigma Drake by itself. Can certainly outrace them if they don't have removal. And even if they do, if I can hold up the cancel at the right time, it'll still work. Spit Flame, that's beautiful. Hold up a cancel, and if I don't need to cancel it, I can Spit Flame it. Whatever they're playing here. If it's like 4 or less toughness, no good enter effect, we just Spit Flame. Sure, Spit Flame it'll be, so I can keep cancel for removal spells. Go to 8. Oof. Green removal is bad against instant speed removal. Get the 2 for 1 against them here. Scatter and cancel up. We are pretty locked in for victory now. Go to 5. And there's the concession from our opponent. That is how you win with some blue-red Enigma Drake nonsense. It was a clean game there, and we are 2-1 heading into game 4. This is low on playables, but I enjoy Chaos Wand, so I'm ready to take the risk of dying to our opponent just having like 2 lands and all creatures. First draw of the game is another land. They are blue-red. This is a decent matchup for this hand. It means they're not resolving threats till later, usually. Turn 3 and onward. Gutter Snipe? Okay, that's terrifying. Let's just slow it down here. For now. I have the Spit Flame to kill it. When I can no longer bounce it. But I can set up a pretty good curve here to just get more power on the board, then Spit Flame it, then Wand plus Disperse the turn after. Which is perfect. Really good draws this game. Really good draws to support this hand. Wall of Mist. Okay, this hand is great against that. Chaos Wand while they're tapped out. And I don't care to disperse that thing. So we hold up Chaos Wand. If they play anything we need to kill, we'll activate it and see if we hit removal from their deck. Seeing as they're a blue-red deck, this card should be incredible. And then if they don't do anything we need to deal with, I can just go ahead and draw 2 cards off Archaeologist. Just looks absolutely lovely, this position. They're stuck on mana as well. Go for Disperse. We'll just see if we Chaos Wand something here. Oh, they're playing black as well. Hit a Lava Axe. Good enough for me. And there's the concession from our opponent. That is 3-1, at least a 50-50 run to end off the return to Core Set 2019. All right, game number 5. We're 3-1 right now. Very, very solid opening hand here. We have the interaction for their early plays and then some big flyers at the end of the game here. End of the curve, I should say. The game's probably going to go a lot longer than just turn 5. They start with Vampire Neonate, which dodges our shock pretty well. They are black-white. I'm going to scatter Doom Dissenter. That being 2 creatures off the 1 spell is a little annoying for us. I can't just shock it to deal with it. Island would be the perfect draw, and so Island is the draw. Turn 4, I'm casting Drake. Turn 5, I'm casting Dragon, so if they cast basically anything there, I would just cancel, seeing as it would be a very long time till I can hold up the cancel again in the future. Snapping Drake's another classic to me. That's artwork back from like M19. It's the first core set I ever played. Well, they did have some 10th edition cards, because they were floating around at the time. But M10 was the first one I ever drafted. That's where this artwork came from. Militia Bugler. That's a really nice draw spell. If it hits, and it does, it hit a Fel Spectre. That was really good for our opponent. It is a good thing I have a cancel, because Fel Spectre has a great enter effect, so you need to specifically counter it instead of removal spell it. And it's a really bad card to bounce. Take Vengeance. Well, I don't think I have enough threats to not counter their removal, sadly. So, if they hit the Fel Spectre mana, they're going to get a Fel Spectre on the board. I need to keep our threats on this board. Salvager of Seekers. That'd be pretty good if I had the mana for it. Alas, I do not. Let's anticipate here. If I hit a scatter, I'll take it. And if I don't hit a scatter, I just take the land to guarantee 5 drops next turn. Can't hold that up right now, so it is the land for next turn. Awkward. Wrong counterspell to see there. But we anticipated during our turn that way. If it is a land, I get to play the land drop right then. So if I draw another land the next turn, I'm not skipping a land drop. Ooh. Oh. Card is a major win condition. Luckily, they're stuck on mana, and it's a lot to get it going. 3 to play, plus 3 to equip. So it is best mana-wise to disperse it after they go for an equip. That takes the longest amount of time for them, but mana-wise for us, I want to tap out for a 5-drop next turn, and I can't do that if I have to hold up for disperse, so I think I have to disperse now so I can play a 5-drop this turn. I think I'm actually just going for damage. They're dead in 2 more swings now. 2 6 damage swings. Just kill them before the sword matters. They have to play other cards first. At this rate. They play the sword. Tap land is the draw. We salvage her back the disperse at this point, I think. 2-turn kill. I guess Aviation Pioneer makes the 2-turn kill more likely. Because now I get to shock them now, and next turn I can salvage her and shock, even if I don't draw land, because I've got 6 lands on board. Yeah, this is the better way to lock in a 2-turn victory. Yeah, this card is usually one of the best rares in the set, but our opponent's just historically stuck on mana here. Alright, well, they're dead on board regardless of the mind drop. Even if I didn't have a shock in hand, that's 7 in the sky, so. 4-1 it is, heading into game number 6. Alright, here we are for game 6. A pretty average looking hand here. We'll see what it can do. Blue-red mirror match, there's the anticipate from our opponent. I like looking at the creature type on this thing, that's nice. Dragon egg. Creature type, dragon egg. Time walk them here. With nothing else to do with my mana. I'm not going to cancel a Manolith. Play the Pioneer. They might have a really good 4-drop, in which case, oof. But I'm going to play to the board here. Okay, Pioneer v Pioneer, that's fine. I'd rather things have went this way than canceled their Pioneer. They are missing the 4th mana here. They didn't play land 4 yet, so I think I can sift for now. Have the counters later. Ooh. Boy. Probably ditch Dragon Egg. Yeah. These cards are all good. Two cards in grave for Enigma Drake. They just play the Manolith for now, and now I have the counter spell. Oh, I kind of wish I had triple blue, because Archaeologist would be super, super good on this board for holding up counter spells, but I need triple blue to play it and still have cancel up, and against blue-red I do want to be able to cancel non-creatures if I can. But I guess I can play Enigma Drake and still have Essence Scatter up, and then any land I can play Snapping Drake and have Essence Scatter up. If it's specifically an island, I can still do the Archaeologist later. Blue, red, green ramp. There's Jinn of Wishes. Counter that. Land, 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 land. Let's go. I should have specified what land I needed to hold up cancel, but it didn't matter because Arena knew what I wanted. Arena knew what's up. Yeah, just trading the 1/1 Thopters is fine here to get the chump blocker out of here. The Enigma Drake and another Drake coming up soon enough. Dragon's Horde, sure. Can have all the mana you want as long as I'm countering whatever you're casting with it. Can have all the mana you want. Come on, Elvish Rejuvenator. Now I can Snapping Drake and still have cancel up. Beautiful. Hungry Hydra, that's gonna be a yikes for me, dog. Alright, 2 swings of 7 and this game is over. One mana from kicking the Spark Tongue Dragon for 3 to any target when I play it. So we can hold that. They have 1 flying blocker. If we hit the Spark Tongue Dragon mana, we kill their blocker and then kill them. Oh, they can make it 4 toughness here. But they spread the counters around. I did not hit the mana for that. But Salvager picks up Disperse, and that works too. Seven damage. Beautiful, beautiful work from this deck. We have drawn Enigma Drake a lot, which is very helpful. We've had some real good draws today. That is like 4-1 now, heading into game number 6. Oh my god, that's 5-1 heading into game 7? That short-term memory coming in clutch, making me even more excited when I see our record after each game. 5-1 heading into game number 7. We are in the money this draft, no matter what happens from here. All right, here we are on the play for... I already forgot. That's how good I am at this. But we're like 5 wins in now, so we're 5-1. So game 7. Very good record so far, and this is a really good hand. What I love about this is we get to Spit Flame their early threats, and then Dragon Egg and bring back Spit Flame, and then when Dragon Egg dies, bring it back again. We just get really, really far ahead in cards playing the controlling role here, so that's what we're going to do. Counter some stuff, Spit Flame whatever we can, and then play Dragon Egg, pick up Spit Flame, and do the same later. I'm going to scatter this for mana efficiency and Spit Flame the next card. We are definitely not playing Dragon Egg until we play Spit Flame first. Okay, I don't care to Spit Flame a 1/3. So we're just gonna sit here. We're chilling. Definitely looking for more blue sources. Really looking for more blue sources. Draw our 3rd double blue card here. Druid of the Cowl. I can Spit Flame that. Keep them off of some big Palaka Worm style card to auto-win later. Titanic Growth? Sure. Take a little bit of extra damage here, that's fine by me. Spit on the Druid. Dragon Egg, pick up the Flame. Disperse is a decent draw. Island's the best draw, but Disperse is pretty close because the ability to bounce a scary resolved threat to counter it later is valuable. Like if they play the 5/5 Vigilance here or something. Alright, we're just going to keep passing turn then. Staring at each other, staying way ahead on cards. They have 2 cards in hand before their turn started there, and we have 6. Shock can kill the Basilisk, whereas Spit Flame can kill bigger stuff. But I could still Spit Flame first, so that if they kill Dragon Egg, I'm guaranteed to get it back. But I don't mind just holding Spit Flame here. Still really just looking for lands more than literally any other draw on the deck at this point. So I can get towards the mana to start playing some threats while still having the Spit Flame up. And perfect. We have made it to cancel mana. So I feel really safe whatever's happening from here. It's just going to take a while, as it does in some controlling decks. Take the 2 for 1, that's fine by me. They're not going to play any more threats for a while. I only need a single red mana up now, so I can toy around with the rest of my mana. Yeah, we'll play Pioneer. I can still disperse anything that really needs to be dealt with. And I just need to make sure I have red whenever they kill Dragon Egg. And they're green-blue, so they can't really kill Dragon Egg without a creature on their board. Anyway. Anticipate. Ooh, find Enigma Drake. Archaeologist may be the better choice, but Enigma Drake's the fun one that I am in love with. Makes this game go faster. Archaeologist just gives us an even more firm controlling hold on this game. But Drake gives us the kill super quick. Plummet main deck, rough. We'll disperse the Drake back then. Does mean this is their one chance to resolve a threat and have us not deal with it. And Rock's Oracle, luckily, not that bad of a threat for us, so we are fine. At this point, now that they have a Rock's Oracle sitting on the board, I think I need to wait to play this Enigma Drake until I have triple blue, ideally. So we sift to the next island. Or get super unlucky. Still have a scatter at least here. The next island is so much more important than land in general, so I don't think I care that much about the mountain. I'm just trying to find a third blue to play a Drake and hold up a cancel for counter spells. 2/2 is fine. 1/3 is fine at this point. They've got more than enough mana. Alright. Found the triple blue, and now we are back in action. Putting a massive clock on our opponent. Killing them in just 2 swings from here. Omen Speaker is super fine. Blanchwood Armor's also fine if they don't give trample. Block with the Dragon Egg, pick up our Spit Flame. So they don't even attack there. Well, 2-turn kill, let's do it. Infinite counter magic up here. There's the concession from our opponent. They didn't even find a way to deal with it anyway. The 1 disperse was all we needed to protect the Drake, and we are 6-1 now. We've made it all the way to the final battle yet again, this time not undefeated. So only 2 rounds in the chamber instead of 3, but still an excellent record here at 6-1, heading into the final bass. We're going Bass Pro Fishing today. Alright, here we are on the play for what could be the final game of Magic. Certainly need some more blue sources, but the hand looks good. It has our best win condition with Enigma Drake that we've done a great job of just consistently drawing. Got a great removal spell with Spit Flame, and a Disperse for anything that gets past our counter spell. We can pick it up and counter it later, or just use it early to slow them down. I don't care to use it on Diamond Mare. Awkward draws here. More red mana over blue. Really desperate for the islands here. Double check the mana base. We are on 9 blue sources, 8 red. Maybe should have gone deeper. 10-7 or something. Exclusion Mage is not a terrible draw. But I think I'm just going to play Snapping Drake still for now. Neither of these really need to be bounced all that much. I don't want to bounce Omen Speaker and just give them the enter effect again, but bouncing Diamond Mare wouldn't be horrific. Okay, well, we found our Spit Flame target, and I have Cancel Magic up now. So, let them go through their turn. If they cast anything scary, we cancel it, and if they don't, then we Spit Flame the Artificer. Take 4. End step is a 5-mana 5/5. Can Exclusion Mage that? I could also Spit Flame the Artificer and disperse that and Exclusion Mage another creature. That feels actually pretty good. Because then the Drake's even bigger. Really winning the race. Yep, if I hit the mana to hold up cancel here, then that is a tremendously easy choice. Full tempo, full speed ahead. Get the win in the sky here. 5-mana 5/5, cancel that, hit for 6 a turn. Kill in 2 swings if I draw any instant or sorcery. A land is not an instant or sorcery. So still a 3-turn kill right now. Diamond Mare. For blue. Then Mirror Image. Copying Omen Speaker to Scry. One at the top, one at the bottom, so they've likely found the removal for one of our flyers. They play a Field Creeper. There's Dwindle, so if they found a flyer of their own and not a removal spell, we have the removal spell for that. If they found a removal spell, they're actually still dead on board, so it needs to be something very good here. Okay, it was removal, but that's still just dead to Snapping Drake. Okay. That works for me. That is a 7-1 draft. Our record for the Core Set 2019 return trip has been 7-0 and then 7-1 here on this final draft. Again, apologies to any Core Set fans that really wanted me to flashback and do a ton of these, but there's so many variety draft things going on right now between Chromatic Cube, the Core Sets, the Omniscience drafts, and of course, maybe doing another Final Fantasy draft or two before those go away forever. That we really did not have the time for more. This was a fun deck. This was an absolute banger. Got really lucky with the draws again. Hit Enigma Drake very consistently as our biggest win condition. And won multiple games off that. We won a couple games off the Chaos Wand. Really fun. Really, really fun. High variance kind of win condition there. I think it's good for anything pretty controlling. I think most matchups you can get a bit of value off this over the course of a long game. And it can end up being pretty absurd. So that was pretty fun getting some wins with that. Did some Spit Flame shenanigans. I could have done even more Spit Flame shenanigans if I paid more attention. That one game where we had a Dragon Egg. And our only loss was to a Palaka Worm. 7 mana, 7/7 trample, gain 7, and draw a card when it dies. It's the kind of card that in this kind of deck, we just need to have the counterspell at the right time. And then it would have done literally nothing. And we just didn't draw a single counterspell that game. So really just rough variance for that one loss, but everything else was really good variance, just pretty lucky games. A lot of opponents with a little bit of mana issues or just couldn't draw removal. Winning with a bunch of flying threats and some Chaos Wands. Good stuff to wrap up the Core Set drafts this time around. Getting that grand prize here of 2,200 gems and 6 packs of Core Set 2019. give us some more gems for the collection, preparing for the launch of Edge of Eternities. But that is going to end today's video. As always, I'd like to thank my patrons and YouTube members for their support, as well as you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it and you're interested in seeing some more like it, you can always like, comment, and subscribe to tell the YouTube algorithm to send you some more in the recommended feed. If you'd like to catch me live, you can check out the Twitch channel in the link in the description below. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can check out the Patreon link in the description below. And other than that, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Magic Arena.